Your best idea is probably already walking out the door, and you don't even know it yet. Whether it's a recipe, a process, a formula, or a piece of software, the thing that makes your business times yours times is more vulnerable than you think. We're not talking about paranoia. We're talking about the fact that trade secret theft costs the American economy somewhere between $180 billion and $540 billion every single year. That's not a typo, and that's not a courtroom drama. That's Tuesday. Here's the maddening part. Most small and mid-sized businesses lose their competitive edge not to some corporate spy in a trench coat, but to a former employee who just forwarded a few files before their last day. The threat isn't cinematic, it's a Google Drive link and a 2-week notice. Now, you might be thinking, I'll just patent everything. And honestly, that's the business equivalent of buying a Lamborghini to go grocery shopping. Patents are powerful, but they're also public, expensive, slow, and they expire, sometimes exposing the very secret you were trying to protect. The smarter play, the one that companies like Coca-Cola and KFC figured out decades ago, is to lean on trade secret law, which protects information indefinitely as long as you take reasonable steps to keep it secret. Reasonable steps, that phrase is doing a lot of heavy lifting, and we're gonna unpack it. Here's where most founders get this completely backwards. They assume secrecy means times hiding, when really it means times documenting. Courts don't care how secret something feels to you, they care whether you built a system that treated it like a secret. The good news is, that system doesn't require a legal team the size of a Marvel movie's catering budget. It starts with 3 humble, deeply unglamorous things: a solid non-disclosure agreement, a clearly defined access policy, and an offboarding checklist that you actually use every single time. Non-disclosure agreements have a reputation problem. People think they're either useless or terrifying, when really they're just a handshake with memory. The enforceability of an NDA isn't about the scariest language. It's about specificity, mutual understanding, and the paper trail that proves someone new times what they were agreeing to protect. Historically, the businesses that survived IP theft weren't the ones with the biggest legal war chest. They were the ones who made misappropriation times obvious and provable times before anything ever happened. Think of it like flood insurance. The time to get it is emphatically not when it's raining. Here's a concept that sounds paranoid until it saves you: the canary trap. You give slightly different versions of a sensitive document to different people, and if it leaks, the version tells you exactly who leaked it. No courtroom drama required, just a spreadsheet and a suspicious mind. A common misconception is that you need to keep everything secret from everyone, but that's actually the strategy that kills innovation faster than theft ever could. The real discipline is times-tiered access, times knowing who needs to know what, and making sure every layer of access is logged, limited, and intentional. The practical playbook is this: classify your information, label your documents, restrict your systems, train your people, and audit quarterly. That's it. 5 steps that cost you almost nothing but calendar time, and will hold up in front of a judge far better than a $100,000 lawsuit you filed 6 months too late. Here's the philosophical truth underneath all of this. The goal is never to win in court. The goal is to never need to go. Discipline and process, consistency and documentation, and humility about who you trust will protect you infinitely better than litigation ever will. You can't control every bad actor, but you can make theft times so obvious, so traceable, and so legally indefensible times that most people won't bother. And that's actually a position of enormous power. Whether your secret ends up challenged or not, the company that prepared rationally will always outlast the one that improvised emotionally. And if you're ready to put that same disciplined thinking into building real wealth through real estate investing, finding the right contractors, or connecting with the right lenders, check out our links in the description below.